Hey guys, so sorry about that. I pressed the stop broadcast button, which is right above the stop sharing and presenting to everyone button. So my bad, but I'll piece it together. Once it's all over, nobody will even know. So, except for you guys that were watching live, I'm so sorry. But anyway, we were talking about.
We just finished up my sales.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Yvonne.
Okay, let me get my.
I got your store up here. Okay. All right. So there, I got your store up. Can you see it?
Yes. So just nothing real big, you guys. Just. But a couple of sales, every day, thank goodness, because I know a lot of us are going, ooh, it's a little slow right now on eBay. Another scarf, that was good. Thank you, April. That was leftover from, one of the few leftover from your challenge like last month. Lululemon. Oh, I finally sold that vintage LA gear, jacket. That was cool.
Oh, that's like way vintage. That's like from my childhood.
Right? Isn't it so cute?
That is like from my childhood right there.
I probably would have kept it if it fit me.
It's really cute. I could imagine seeing that like on a celebrity and then like starting this whole trend of these little vintage crop jackets.
Yeah, I remember wearing LA gear back in the day.
I did too, back before it became like a Kmart brand.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's another brand that ruined themselves, that killed themselves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Back to Coach. If Coach isn't careful, they need to do a real quick restructure because they were kind of doing the same thing to themselves.
Yeah, they are.
With their outlets and all that business.
All right. And then did you have anything else that you wanted to talk? I closed your store down like a ding dong. I'm just like closed down happy today, apparently. I just don't want anything open. Closing everything, it's all getting closed down.
There was nothing really major that
nobody can see anything.
Or an Instagram. Let me see.
Let's see. What else you got in here?
It's typical stuff. Eileen Fisher. Oh, I did. Oh, fit flops. Those are always good. We all know.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen any fit flops in a long time. I think somebody in Austin is like going around and like pilfering them all.
Scooping you on the fit
Yeah, I think they're scooping up my shoes. Although I don't shop like I used to. Because I used to go shopping like 2 to 3 times a week, and I would hit like 4 stores. So it was like I did a lot of shopping. So it was easier for me to find stuff, and now I just don't go as often. Oh, look at those Care Bear slippers.
Oh, those went overseas. That was a good sale. I forgot we missed last week, didn't we? That was a
yeah.
Look at that price on those.
Were they vintage or were they just Care Bear slippers?
This Care Bear, I think. Well, they might have been. No, I don't think they were like from the 90s. I don't think they were that old.
It's from 2003.
But they were new with tags. See.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they're a nice big size too, a 910.
Oh, you see the bottom of that? Let's talk about that for a minute. See the bottom of that? Okay,
yeah.
That was one of those Sharpies. Okay, you cannot get that off of fabric, right? So that's where we use the tip of you get your own silver Sharpie and you turn it into a stock number. So that's what I did because that was the thrift store price.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Those assholes wrote the price on the bottom of a fabric shoe?
Yes. So if all else fails,
what jerks!
Give you some silver Sharpies yourself and turn it into stock number or whatever.
I've done that before when there was something, the price was written on cardboard that was like regular porous cardboard. And I just like added an extra like number because it was an expensive thing. It just happened to have been like a garage sale item that ended up at the thrift store. And so I was just like, I just straight up changed the price to something much higher.
Yeah,
that was like that like correlated with like, what it would have cost retail.
Right.
So, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I did get a deal. Look at that. These were normally $300."
Gigi said that she's stealing all my flip-flops. Give them back, Gigi. I need that, buddy. But okay, so here's mine. Speaking of shoes, I bought these Alegrias when I was with Michael Sarver and his wife Hope. They came in from Houston and we spent the day together, and which was a lot of fun. And if you ever want to come and visit me, I will spend the day with you if you buy me tacos. And so, and we can go thrifting together. And I'll take you all around Austin. That's a cheap date, right? Tacos. And so anyway, I bought these Alegrias at Goodwill, and I love buying these or any type of comfort shoes, like my favorite thing in the world. They were in really good condition. They didn't have any kind of foot funk at all, like not even like toe, outline or anything.
Foot funk, I like that.
Foot funk, yeah. And but they're like, I didn't know if they were gonna sell because they have this fur inside, and it's like these went to somebody in Austin. So yeah, so I bought them here. They got sold to here, and I'm not sure when she's gonna wear these furry mules.
Right? Maybe she works like in a cold office building or something.
Maybe, but they're super cute, and they were like the only ones with this red and gold design with the paisley. So yeah, they were like the only ones like it on, and they're big, like a nice big size. They were like a 10.5. So that was a good buy.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I sold pretty much right away, which anytime I see these at the thrift store, I pick them up. It was a dual coffee maker. And I did pay up for it. I ended up paying $19.95, and then I had a coupon for like 15% off. So I guess it made it, $18 or whatever.
I've never seen anything like that.
I've sold a couple of the dual carafe coffee makers, and it's either for people that want like decaf and regular, or for people that are just way on the caffeine.
Right?
Like one or the other. like I need 2 pots of coffee.
Well, like if you can't make up your mind which cup you want, so you have to make both.
Right? So this was brand new in the box. You can see the box had a little bit of damage on it. So it wouldn't have been like Amazon new, because it had like little like stuff up in the corner, and there was, come on, stupid eBay. And there was this message sponsored by eBay. No, and it had like a little poke in the box. So it wouldn't have been Amazon new, but it was eBay new for real. So, yep. So $89.95, and I ended up shipping it just FedEx ground. So they should have it by now. But that was it. Those were my 2 big sales of the week. And that sold fast. I think it sold within a couple of days. It was like, I don't know, 3 days. Y'all got all quiet. I thought I pressed the button again. Don't do that. That scared me. I came back like, oh my God, I'm going to come back and it's going to be like, off air.
I'm here.
Yvonne, are you still crackly? Say something.
I'm here. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you're good. All right. Sometimes it does it. It's not you. It's Google. So.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, April. What do you want to talk about? I got your store up here. You and your fantastic finds. Ooh, where'd you get this Versace belt?
TJ Maxx.
What'd you pay for that?
I think they were like $25-$30 each. They were on clearance.
Really?
Yeah.
So you paid $25-$30 for it, and you bought 2 of them, and you sold one for $129. You got 16 watchers on that belt?
Well, it was returned actually. It sold, and then it didn't fit, so it came back, and now it's relisted.
You have a measurement on it. It's not that hard to measure a belt.
People are ridiculous, dude.
Belts are like one of the easiest fit things in the world.
Yeah.
It's like, how long of a belt do you need? Okay, this is the belt for me. I would be annoyed with a belt return because belts are one of the easiest things to measure.
Well, I have tie return. I have all sorts of returns.
All right.
The best thing I sold, and obviously it's not going to show you because my store is like super secret from you now.
Yeah, your store is just like we're only gonna let you see a couple things of April.
A men's suit, a Peter Millar men's suit for $109, I think.
Wow.
And the interesting thing about that is someone was asking me in the group if I had ever found any suits or sport coats by Peter Millar, because you'll see the polo shirts all the time. And I said, it's funny that you asked, because I've had one in my closet for 6 months, 9 months, some outrageous amount of time for anything to be sitting around. And of course, once I listed it, it sold within a few weeks. So that was probably my best sell this week.
I don't know anything about suits. I don't know anything about anything. No, I don't. I don't need to learn suits. I need to stick with what I got. It's so easy to be like, to see other people sell things and then feel like you need to get into that area. Like you and Joe, like you, Tanya, and Joe, y'all are always pumping the jewelry. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I need to take a peek at it. And then I'm like, no, you don't. Like stay away from it. Like, just because other people have success doing it doesn't mean that I need to be sticking my hand in the cookie jar, trying to learn how to sell sport coats.
Yeah, I don't look at the jewelry either, and no matter how shiny it is and how much it catches my eye, I don't have to be wasting over that jewelry counter because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get you a death pile started.
Yeah, right? I'm sure it is.
If you don't have the passion for the niche.
Yeah, because I have jackets I've never listed. I have a Patagonia virgin wool, like, coat, blazer, sport jacket thing over there. And some other vintage something sport coat that I've had for like over 2 years just there. Just hanging over there. They used to be back over here. Then they were over there at one point. Now they're behind the door.
Well, can I make a suggestion? You girls are really good about having meetups and going shopping. Why don't you like bring the stuff, that you don't want to sell and like trade? Like you trade hard, like get somebody's hard goods and give them your suits. I don't know.
Like if you send me your clothing, I'll send you this under cabinet coffee maker I have behind me. I have no desire to touch.
Why? I have 2 of them I haven't listed yet.
They're for the same reason you haven't listed yours.
It's like literally sitting right, like, look, that's it right there. It's right next to me. It's been right next to me for 2 weeks.
Okay, we're not setting good examples today.
We never claimed to set good examples, nor did we ever claim to provide good, valid information.
Like we are losing the street cred out the wazoo.
I don't think we had street cred to begin with.
We don't now.
No. Oh, I did sell some clothes. You see those jeans right there? Those sold. I gotta ship those out today.
Good job.
They're just like little girls, like size 12 skinny jeans that for some reason I was at the store and thought, hey, there's a bunch of skinny jeans here. Maybe I'll lock them together and somebody buy them for school. They didn't. But they did sell. I got my money back, but I didn't make any money on them. Wasted my time.
It happens. We all do it.
I didn't put a lot of effort into them. If you see the listing, it's just like, I think I took 1 picture. I was like, pants, click. There's pants.
Okay, seriously.
Sometimes though, if you have something and you just can't bring yourself to list it, I think a lot of times the way we end up with death piles is that we over perfect the process and we overanalyze everything that we're doing. And instead of just, look, just do the best you can and get it up, because at least it has a chance to sell as opposed to it sitting, in your storage. never listed because I think that's my issue with clothing, or why I can't, why I don't enjoy doing it, is because I don't have the setup for it. So I have to go through all this rigmarole just to like take pictures of stuff. And then they don't look very good. So then it like bothers me because I know how they're supposed to look. Like I know how to sell clothes. I just don't have the setup to do it. So since I can't make it happen, then I get frustrated with the process. I think that's it. That's my self-analysis.
That's a good enough excuse. It sounds good.
I think that's going to fly, Deb.
Yeah. They like it.
Way to go. Okay, so what kind of tips and tricks do you guys have? Now that we're coming up at the end of the show, let's get on the topic. Like what do you think is one of the most helpful things that you've learned over the years with your business? Like what helps you? I know me, what helps me, and people are going to argue with me. I want to buy new shipping supplies. I want perfect size boxes and bags that when I need to ship something, stop it, Boomer, what are you doing? That when I need to ship something, that I can just go, it's going to fit in this size box, and it's a brand new box, and I just tape it, and I go with it, and I'm done with it. It makes the shipping process so much easier.
A princess shipping station. That would be nice. It is frustrating. I bet selling hard goods can be frustrating sometimes. That's probably why I pass a lot, because I'm like, I don't know how to ship this.
Yeah, it's a lot different selling hard goods using boxes than it is everything's in a poly bag. You know. What about you, April? Since you have to go here in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
What's yours? Like, what do you think is most helpful in your business?
I think the most helpful thing is when you are thinking about investments and upgrades and equipment, whatever the case may be, whether it's services, whatever you're going to spend your money on in your business, buy the best thing that you can afford, like the best tool that you can. Because I know with me, a lot of times I'll end up buying 2-3 mannequins. Why? Because I was trying to save a few bucks on the first one. And I got it and it didn't work. And so like on that third try, I'm like, you know what? I could have saved myself $100 if I would have just spent the money the first time. The same thing with like printers, like everything. When it comes to your equipment, buy the best that you can afford as opposed to, you know, thinking that you'll just replace it when you upgrade, because nobody wants to be replacing stuff all the time.
Yeah. That's true. It's just like when people are buying scanners, and I always say like, oh, well, get the wireless ones. And like, oh, well, the wired one is cheaper. And it's only cheaper by like $15. It's not like a huge significant discount. Like you can get the wired one for $20 and the wireless one for $35.
This is bogusness. Do not, you don't
pain.
It's such a pain because you have other stuff plugged in. You have your scale, you have your label maker. You don't need this.
Nope. Get a wireless one. I have charged this. I've had this for 3 years. I have charged this twice. And it's still like, boop, 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 boop. Yep. Yeah, and get good tape guns. Oh my goodness. I bought a tape dispenser that I didn't read the directions on. Read the reviews on. And I cut myself on it every week. And then when I looked at the reviews, it's other people. It's not just me. I thought there was something wrong with me. Like I couldn't function this tape dispenser. And in the reviews, it's all, you will cut yourself. You will cut yourself. Like, it's just got a design flaw. It's just a horrible way. And I want my $25 back.
For real.
Like, I should have bought the good one instead. I could end up with like some kind of, what do you get from metal? Tetanus?
Yes.
Yeah, those shots hurt. So there's trauma too.
1 week I had a scratch over here. I had 2 across my knuckles. And it was like this. I cut myself the other day. I poked my finger. I hate that thing. Why do I still have it?
Yeah.
I just need to throw it away.
It's time to move on, Deb.
I just got it. Ronnie said it's me that I have the design flaw. Me and about 40 other people in the reviews that cut themselves on a regular basis. Ronnie says his best business tip is to do no free shipping.
That Thanks, Ronnie. That's a good tip.
No free shipping.
I don't do free shipping.
Anybody got time for that free shipping? Because shipping's not free.
No.
Hey, nobody gets home.
I told a customer one time because he's like, well, with free shipping, I said, there's no it just wasn't my day. I shouldn't have been talking to people. And I was like, there is no such thing as free shipping. Free shipping is an illusion. And then he came back with he's like, okay, fine, I'll pay shipping. And then I was like, no, I don't even want your offer.
More great tips, customer service tips from Deb.
The tip from that is do not answer eBay questions when you first wake up in the morning.
Yeah, that's a great tip, actually.
Know when you need to delay. Anything? What about you, Tanya?
Okay. My tip. Okay, so my tip would be, I've been doing eBay for a long time, and you don't want to just do all buy it nows and have your stuff sitting there forever and, you know, never land, right? You have to, if it's not selling, you either have it priced too high or I don't know, maybe people don't want it. So what I'm doing is I'm running a butt ton of auctions right now just to try and get my stuff moved. Also, I'm kind of panicking about the fact that what's coming up, Deb, again in like June, if you don't have that stuff filled out, or is it the active content taken out of your auction?
Yeah. Yeah, the active content. And eBay has been sending messages with what listings you have that have active content in them.
And I do not want to have to go through and edit all that stuff.
How many do you have?
I don't know. About 460 listings.
That have active content?
Oh, I don't know.
What are you putting in there?
I don't know. Some of them are old listings, you know.
Tanya's got booty shaker videos in all her listings to try to help. It's just Tanya like this.
That's a good idea. I'm on it.
Yeah, I think I only have like 5 or something like that.
Yeah, so, you know, don't feel like just because you're normally a buy it now person, which I am, that you can't change things up. And every now and then, and I've already got like $263 in auctions just sitting there. So I'm excited about that. And it's a good way to generate some money really fast. And for example, those Escada belts, they're not selling. I guess I got them priced too high. And okay, side note here, I have a rant real quick. So I contacted the Real last week. Thelma told us about it, remember guys? And so they were taking Escada products last week. So I sit down on my desktop and I was going to prepare a shipment to send to them. Well, all of a sudden this week, they're not accepting Escada products. So I don't know. Anyway, so I sent them to all online auction, $24.99.
That was like the weakest rant ever. It's like, I have a rant. Well, it's really not a rant. It's just an explanation about what happened last week and this week.
Well,
in 2 sentences.
What the hell? They were accepting last week and now they're not this week. It's just not my week.
Well, maybe they have too many, or maybe the market's no good. Maybe that's an indication of why yours aren't selling.
Right. Well, I flat out asked somebody and they told me that it was because they're slow movers.
Yeah. I mean,
I just sent them to auction for $24.99. So if I pay $10 for them, at least I'm going to get my money back. I'll never make a mistake like that again. So everybody learn from me. Do not dump a lot of money on Escada products.
I've never purchased an Escada product in my life.
Yeah.
And now I never will.
You better not.
Won't. What about you, Yvonne? What's your tip? What's your big tip? More tips. More tips from Yvonne.
Okay, so I have three. So real quick, for those that don't know, Gordman's is going out of business. So if you have a Gordman's in your town, keep an eye on that. They're not real serious yet. They're doing up to 50%, so you know what that means. But they are starting to liquidate some of their fixtures too. So Gordman.
What is a Gordman's?
I never heard of it.
Or?
Huh?
What is it? Is it a clothing store?
I'm sorry, clothing and home goods store.
Oh, okay.
Like kind of like a Kohl's and a Ross mixed together.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because they sell some closeouts, but then they sell some lower end clothing. But their home goods section is kind of interesting. Anyway, so they're going out of business, and they're usually not in a mall. There are some that are in a mall, but they're usually like in a strip mall. You know? Okay, so my iPhone, I do almost everything on my iPhone, and when you are, you have to charge it, you're like, crap, because the cord that comes with your iPhone is what, 3 feet long? So I bought a 9-foot. So if my batteries are low on my iPhone, I can still continue to take my pictures because this is 9 foot, a lightning cord.
I bought a new one recently too. Look, it's this long pink one. I got it Verizon.
How long is yours?
It's a little bit longer than the standard iPhone charger, but I like it because it's really rugged and heavy duty, like rope.
Oh, yeah. The longest I could find was a 9 foot, so I'm just curious if there's more.
Yeah, I have 10-foot one.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna say my last tip is, okay, so we buy a ton of stuff. Our cart is full, right? Have you ever got home and you're like, well, crap, they charged me for 23 items and I only have 22.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whoever charged me for this. Okay, you can get this in many forms. It's a little, I bought extras of these to give out for free too. Am I doing this right?
Yep.
It's a tally. This is the one I chose. I got it off eBay. They're like $4. Okay, you just set it to 0 and it's in the palm of your hand. You can still be putting your stuff up and just click, click, click. Every once in a while, look down and make sure you're at the same number, price number as the cashier, because once you leave the store, it's too bad, So like when I'm all done, I look, if my bill comes to like $100 and some, I look down, I better be pretty close to 100. Well, there's tax. I better be pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating at the thrift store because you can't see the prices that they're ringing up, and they're keying them in. It's not like they're scanning them. And
Right.
Sometimes they mistake my 2s for 7s.
Things like that. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why did I just pay $8 for this stupid thing? Like $2 was fine, $8 wasn't.
Yeah.
When it's $2.99 and they put $7.99.
Right. I've gotten to like whenever I'm waiting in line and there's other people in front of me, I'll go ahead and take everything off the hangers, and I'm adding stuff up in my head, and I'm getting an idea of what my total's going to be. So it's like you said, it better be pretty close to what the cashier tells me.
It's really hard to go back to the store and be like, look, this was $2.99 and it's charged $7.99, and it's really hard to prove that to them.
It is.
And that's
I had a hard enough time trying to prove to them that what was in, because they have pink label stuff, and pink label stuff is stuff that comes from Target or brand new items that they've bought liquidation. And so pink label items you're not allowed to return because they're supposed to be new. And I bought a Bluetooth scale for like $15.99, but when I got it home and opened it up, it was something else. Like somebody had put something else inside the box. So it wasn't what I had bought, but I had a hell of a time trying to prove to them that I wasn't doing like scale switcheroo.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, look, I spent like $10,000 in this Goodwill last year. Just take the scale,
No kidding. Goodwill gets all my money.
Goodwill gets all my money too.
Probably mostly Goodwill, mostly.
Yeah, every now and then I hit up the Savers, but it's a lot of Goodwill. I'm going to be, I guess, hitting way more Savers because I'm be donating a lot of stuff before we move. So I'll have all those donation coupons. My 30% off.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all I got for right now. My head's not working today. I've got like sinus fog and but all right. So anybody have anything going on that they want to talk about? You got any shows coming up or events or anything like that?
Just a reminder of my Mother's and Father's Day tribute montage bids. There's 2 slots left for Mother's Day, 4 for Father's. Contact me if you want some info to put your submission in. Just a little 2-minute clip honoring your mother or father. Let me know.
Yeah, I might do the Father's Day one. My dad is the reason why I was thrifty. My dad is like the dumpster diver guy. Like when I was a little kid, he had gotten this huge stack of, that dot matrix paper that had the little holes on the side because it would feed in on those roll things. I had a huge stack of that. And for like all of my young years up until I was like 4 or 5, that was what I drew on. Because I had like this huge stack of it he had gotten out of a dumpster. But
Yeah,
he used to do storage auctions. Like he was doing storage auctions like in the 80s. He still goes to auctions now, like to farm auctions and stuff. He's the pawn shop guy. He knows how to like negotiate pawn shops and stuff. He does all that stuff that I don't do, basically.
yeah. I was hoping you'd put in a submission, Deb, with your dad. I was hoping that you would. I was going to try to give you some peer pressure.
Yeah, I would like to do that because my dad's like my hero guy, and he did a lot of it's when a certain kind of business just kind of runs in your blood, like a certain kind of lifestyle type thing, like there's some people that just love doing this kind of thing and it just kind of runs down through the family. You can see the history of it,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, I don't have anything going on. I know I haven't been making any videos whatsoever. I was gonna do a sales video and then I never got around to it. I've been super busy. This house thing has been stressing me out, but we're supposed to be closing on the house May the 22nd. And once we get moved, I have like a lot of plans for YouTube because I'd like to get back into doing plush pretty heavily. And I'll be doing those parts videos I've been talking about for like 2 years. So that's kind of like something that I have planned, but that's in July. So because we'll be moving from May through June, and then the rally's June 17th, and then we need to be out of this house by June 30th. And Maria's birthday is on the June 21st, and then
Oh gosh.
That's tight. That's tight, girl.
Yes.
So anyway, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and close out the week. Sorry, you guys, that it got split up into 2. It happens. So, but thank you so much for joining us and always supporting us, and we really appreciate you coming out to listen to us ramble and chat and just enjoy our hour together. It's a lot of fun. So, anyway, we will see you all next week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.